Hi, my name is John McDonald. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a UK athletics running coach and an avid marathon runner myself. Today I'm launching episode 1 of my 2:49 marathon project. This project is all geared up towards breaking the 2:50 barrier in the Valencia Marathon on December 1st, 2024. I'd say I've come close. My last 3 marathons were 2:58, 2:56, and most recently 2:54 in Manchester. I firmly believe that 2:49 is achievable. I've taken lessons away from my last 3 sub-3s, and I am looking forward to bringing you my experience and my training techniques, as well as everything else that goes into a successful training block for the marathon. So strap yourself in and enjoy the next 10 or 15 minutes of this episode. I just wanted to say, if you enjoy this type of content, running content from a running coach and experienced marathon runner, hit the subscribe button and you'll never miss a beat. So let's start at the beginning. Where am I starting from? I've been outside of a training block now for a while. So Manchester was in April, and here we are at the beginning of August. I'm sitting at 163 pounds, which is 74 kilograms. My target race day weight will be 138 pounds, which is 63 kilograms. So that's an ambitious target, but it's fairly normal for me to drop that kind of weight over the course of 16 weeks when I'm focused and I'm disciplined, which is what it takes. But I'll be discussing how I'll go about achieving that goal as well. Another key metric for me that I like to track to determine my current level of fitness is my resting heart rate. At the minute, my average daily resting heart rate is 45 beats per minute. Come race day, I generally like to be around 39 or 40 beats per minute. If I can get to that point, I know my fitness level is pretty good. The 2:49 project, my weeks start on a Monday and on a Sunday. Sunday is always going to be my long, slow distance run. Generally, I try to do my speed work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Over the course of the 16-week block, there'll be 3 phases. In this first base phase of the program, I'll be working on relatively low volume, relatively low intensity. There'll be a little bit of both, but not a real focus on it. That will come in the pace phase next, and in the race phase, which is the last few weeks of the plan, we'll be working on race-specific training and getting mentally prepared for our race. But at the minute, in the base phase, it's really just about building the discipline, building the focus, getting into those habits once again. I like to work in relative paces, so it's not necessarily specific paces, which will come in the second phase of the plan, but I will do relative paces, so easy, steady, hard, long, slow distance. Those are the basic 4 efforts that I'll be putting in on a daily basis. So what's an easy pace? An easy pace is somewhere along the lines of a minute to a minute 20 per K slower than marathon pace. For if you work in miles, it's about 1.5 to 2 minutes per mile slower than marathon pace. It's conversational, okay? So if I'm running a 6:30 minute mile, it's 8:30, right? Should be easy, or there or thereabouts. The thing about relative paces is it changes on the day, right? You could have had a really good night's sleep. You could have had a lousy night's sleep. You could be training in the morning. You could be training in the evening. You mightn't have eaten today. You might have eaten too much today. You might have, So that's the beauty of running relative paces, as opposed to heart rate zones. That can change too. So I prefer relative paces. Steady pace. A steady pace is comfortably hard. Okay, so that's 15 to 20 seconds per K slower than marathon pace. Can be 30 seconds to 45 seconds slower than marathon pace per mile. It's comfortably hard. You wouldn't want to have a conversation in it, right? You're running, say, a 7-minute mile. Sure, you could have a few words, a few sentences, but it'd be uncomfortable to try to carry on a full-blown conversation. Then we get into the hard efforts are what I in this phase of the plan. A hard effort is going to be basically marathon pace. So, not you certainly aren't going to have a conversation. You wouldn't want to be even chatting to somebody. You don't even want to look at somebody, right? You're putting in the effort. That is going to feel a little bit easier as we get through the phases. Okay, so obviously a 6:30-minute mile now is going to feel a lot harder than it is when we're 12 weeks into this and we've put in all of the base and the pace work, and we're starting to focus on marathon specific training. So yeah. And the last one is the long, slow distance run. This is a long, slow distance run, okay? We're talking 1:30 to 1:40 per K, slower than marathon pace. We're talking 2:15 to 2:40 slower than marathon pace per mile. And to be honest, I don't know if you could possibly go slower than what is effective, okay? Make it really, really comfortable, very conversational. These are the types of runs that you want to do with company, and particularly company that is going to want to go slow. These are very easily done too quickly, and they always are. The number of athletes that I coach that just really struggle to go slow in these runs is remarkable, right? But these going slow is where you make huge strides, huge benefits physiologically when it comes to building those pathways to get the energy and the oxygen to the muscles. Not only that, it's good mental training as well. You know, especially if you're struggling to do them slow, mental training, doing hard things is what marathon running is all about. Nobody takes on a marathon plan or signs up to a marathon if they enjoy, sitting on their arse. Like, they want to do hard things. They can do hard things. So we're gunning for 2:49. We're going to be doing some hard things. So take advantage of those long, slow runs. One of the things that it's important to discuss here is that this training program has been designed by me for me, okay? It may work for you. You may enjoy this, but it is designed for me. I'm a 55 going on 56-year-old man. I've been running a long time. I've been running marathons a long time. I've run 40 plus marathons. I know what works for me. It may not work for you. So take what you can out of this. Follow it by all means if you wish. Adjust where you need to. So I'm a numbers nerd. Okay, I track everything. I've created a large, complicated training log in Google Sheets. I share these types of things with my athletes that I coach, and they use these Google Sheets to track their progress. It's very valuable information, and over the last 10 years, I can look back on my training and see what has worked and what hasn't worked. And that's where I've landed where I have. And that's what gives me the confidence to know that I am capable of hitting this target, because I've hit all my previous targets, right? What do I track? I track sleep. Every night I track my sleep. I track my calories. I track my macros, protein, carbs, fats. I track my heart rate, my resting heart rate, my mileage, what shoes I'm wearing. I track how much water I drink during the day. This type of stuff over the course of these last number of years has been just amazingly valuable. I also keep track of my sessions and notes about the session. In my notes, I'll make comments about the weather, who I ran with, how I felt, what trainers I wore, anything different about the route. Was it a new place? Was it on tarmac? Was it on trail? Was it a mountain run? Was I barefoot? Was I on grass? There's so much information and data that we can capture that will affect how our training goes, and what is effective for our next training block. So let's talk about injury prevention for a minute. There's a number of things that I do for injury prevention, and I'll go through these with you through the course of this 16-week training program. So one of the things, I keep a shoe rotation. At the minute, I have 7 pairs of shoes, right? So I will probably not wear the same pair of shoes twice in 1 week. What happens is, as your shoe wears, it'll wear slightly differently depending on the shoe. So your foot strike is going to be slightly different. Okay? So your foot is going to hit the ground just a little bit different depending on the shoe. There'll be a little bit different cushioning. There'll be just a different foot strike profile. That is, for me, an important thing, that you're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I run at different paces, different cadences, different stride lengths, different surfaces. It's going to be slightly different. These all add up to a different foot strike, a different. So I mentioned earlier that my strength and conditioning I do every single morning. Well, every single weekday morning, Monday through Friday. I take 20 minutes first thing in the morning. I get up and I drink a pint of water, and I take into my strength and conditioning. So my strength and conditioning routine is a 20-minute body weight workout, just doing a circuit. My circuit consists of push-ups, crunches, a plank, squats, dead bugs, bicycle crunches, and lunges. And then I do that for 20 minutes, and my final set is a set of close hands push-ups, just to hit the triceps. For me, it's about the mind-muscle connection, going nice and slow, ensuring I have good technique and form, and I'm getting the most of my 20 minutes. What I like about the 20-minute circuit is it's 20 minutes, right? So I'm not going to be intimidated by that. I'll go ahead and I'll get it done, and I'll not even think twice about it. Talk about making a habit easy, right? So 20 minutes every day, it just means I get it done every day. The next thing that I do 3 days a week, sometimes more, is yoga. I do that at night before bed. It's a great way to get to sleep. A good stretching yoga for runners. I'll put a link below to the 20-minute yoga for runners that I do. It really stretches those hamstrings, the quads, the lower back, the calves, everything that we really need to look after. I find it extremely useful. So from an injury prevention point of view, we have strength and conditioning. We have yoga. Another thing that I get done at least once every 3 weeks is a sports massage. Massage sounds sexy, doesn't it? Well, it isn't. It's about as painful as it can get. That's not true. If you get sports massage on a regular basis, your muscles are just so much better. And if you haven't got one in a long time, you'll know it, right? But maybe the next one and the one after that, it'll get better and better as you go. It's like stretching on steroids. Very, very well worth it. So there's lots of other things to take into consideration when we're talking about injury prevention, but that's it for now. I still have 16 weeks to go through with you, and I don't want to blow it all here on the first one. So the next thing I'll talk about is nutrition. Okay, I think I mentioned earlier I'm sitting at 163 pounds, and I want to drop 25 pounds in the next 16 weeks. How do you do that? How do I do that? Well, I will set specific daily calorie targets. I had my metabolic testing done there last week, and I had my VO2 max testing done. If you're interested in that stuff, drop me a wee message and I can share some of that with you. I was really impressed with the setup and the data that I got back. And here again, that's an episode on its own. It was really interesting. I learned a lot, and as a matter of fact, I've learned a lot over the last 10, 12 years running, that if I had this testing 10 years ago, I wouldn't have had to work it out on my own. That said, so my metabolic testing, my BMR, or my basal metabolic rate, I'm burning 2,200 calories just sitting, doing nothing. If I didn't get out of bed in the morning, I'd be burning 2,200 calories. Okay, great. I will target, in an effort to lose weight, around 1,800 calories. Okay, now that's 1,800 calories, not including all of the exercise and my strength and conditioning, my running. I will just consume 1,800 calories. That, as long as I'm getting enough protein, and I'm getting my protein at the right times, and I'm getting my strength and conditioning done, and I'm getting my stretching done, and I'm keeping myself healthy, that is what is going to keep me lean and strong, as opposed to skinny and weak. Skinny and weak is an injury waiting to happen. Lean and strong is hitting your race targets. Okay, so 1,800 calories to start with. I'm going to have much higher intensity and higher volume weeks. I'm going to need to consume more calories those weeks. Okay, but for now, in the base phase, I'm going to hit 1,800 calories tops. I'm going to be looking to get at least 120 grams of protein a day, with a target of 150 grams of protein a day. That's a high percentage of 1,800 calories. Okay, so that's 30+% of my calories from protein. So it's significant. It's not easy. Okay, so I do supplement with whey protein. I can eat all the eggs and chicken I want. I'm still going to be struggling to get 150 grams of protein in a day. A single protein shake is going to get me that extra 20 to 25 grams of protein that I need. Okay, I'm going to share my MyFitnessPal daily macros with you. I'll share my daily diary of what I consume in a day. If anyone is interested in that, I'll put that up. Let me know. I'm also very willing to share my Strava. It's a public profile. You'll see me with my Enniskillen Running Club vest on, green and white, John McDonnell. It'd be really interesting to see. Not that I'm anything spectacular, but you might find it interesting, right? I do record everything on the watch, so I'll do my strength work, I'll do my yoga, I'll do my walking and running and swimming, anything like that. That'll all be up on Strava, so feel free to drop me a follow there. This is all going to be on a daily basis. You're gonna get this on all my social platforms as well. So I'm going to do daily updates on my training and all that stuff, plus weekly updates in a long form through YouTube and through my blog. So if this is of any interest to you, subscribe. So let's talk about week 1 running sessions. I've got Monday is 10K easy, that's 6 miles. Tuesday is a non-running day. Wednesday is 8K steady, 5 miles. Thursday is 10K easy, 6 miles. Friday is a rest day. Saturday is a 10K tempo, which is 2K easy, 6K hard, 2K easy. Okay, for me that's going to be hard because hitting marathon pace in week 1 is going to be difficult. So I may not hit it, but it's a target, right? And then Sunday is 16K, long slow distance run. So that's 10 miles. Straightforward enough. I'll put all of this in the description below just so you can have it. I will also put all the links to my other socials, including my blog, which is where you get all the real details. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be loads of questions. Please do reach out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, my blog, YouTube. Hit me up. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have, specifically about nutrition, about my strength and conditioning, my running sessions, my running philosophy, my coaching, anything that you are looking to get a little bit more insight on, just let me know. I will be updating this every single Friday with my weekly metrics. So my weight for the week, my resting heart rate, my mileage done, what my sleep was, my average sleep for the week, what my average protein intake for the week, what my average hydration was for the week. You'll see everything. If there's information that is missing that you would like to see, again, let me know. I'm really looking forward to kicking this whole thing off on Monday. And until next Friday, happy running, and I'll see you next week.